All right, Luther here. Today we got a little project at a friend's house. His bladder tank here is busted, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that troubleshooting. But basically, the little snifter valve here on top, right here, just like you put air in a tire, let all the water out of the tank, and you can still feel that there's water in the tank. And I checked it a couple weeks ago and it was a little low, so we just put a little air in there just to get by. But we're going to go ahead and replace that today. And then the other thing, we're going to clean up some of this electrical over here. This is an older farmhouse. How old did you say this house was?
1896.
1896. So had some kind of subpar stuff here. So we'll go a little bit into detail there. You can see some of the stuff. So I bought a disconnect that we're going to use, a new outlet. I'll clean up some of that stuff, replace the wire, because this the wire to the well has been spliced, so I've got a new piece of wire we're going to use for that. So we'll kind of keep you posted. So to troubleshoot a bladder tank that's busted, you shut the power off to the well pump and then drain all the pressure off of the system itself, all the household plumbing, and get everything down to zero. And then you want to check the pressure on the snifter valve on top, and it should be 2 pounds below the cut-on pressure. But also you should be able to shake the tank. At that point in time, the tank should be empty. If you hear any kind of water sloshing in the top of the tank or in the tank itself, it's the bladder's busted and it'll need to be replaced, because it reduces your drawdown capacity. This gentleman, my friend here, was complaining about some like low pressure things in the house. When they were taking showers and stuff, they were noticing it. So this should alleviate his problems and take care of things. Probably had about 15 gallons of water in the bladder tank itself. It's a little 20-gallon tank, so it's kind of heavy hoisting it out. But again, got that changed out real easy to do, since it had a union on that tank T. I was able to drop it down in there. But again, you can see me cleaning up some of the electrics and mounting some of the electrical boxes on the wall and getting things cleaned up. Again, this house was built in the 1890s, so it had some rather old electrical stuff. All right, well, I just want to recap what all I've gotten accomplished here. So we replaced the bladder tank. It was pretty easy because the tank T itself has a union down there, and you can probably see where I was working on it. Getting the old one out, of course, it was full of water, so it was a little bit more of a pain in the neck. I got it over there draining right now. I just drilled some holes in there. Put the new tank filler on there, dropped it down in there, got it hooked up. So got all that going. It did have a little bit more pressure than what we needed, so I dropped it down to 28 pounds because it's a 30-50 pressure switch, so it needs to be 2 psi below cut-on pressure. And then as far as the electricals, cleaning some of that stuff up. As you see, I put an air conditioner disconnect in instead of the old light switches that seems like everybody likes to do. I got this air conditioner disconnect at Lowe's, pretty cheap. To serve a couple purposes. One, disconnecting the local power for the well pump, and then the other thing is the outlet. The outlet, there is a sump pump down in here, so to keep everything pumped out, and then heat lamp, just to keep things from freezing in the winter time. And while I was at it, we insulated the underside of the roof itself, and then I've got some chicken wire we're going to staple down to that and make sure this is good and hold some heat in there, so not just wasting power or wasting heat. But so I hope this was helpful. If you got questions, put in the comments, and thanks for watching.